Neil, here we are at CEDIA 2008, and a little bit of a change for T&W. It's not T&W anymore, is it?
That's it, Phil. Yes, it's not T&W anymore. We had a fantastic announcement this week that the company was merging with a well-known Swiss company called Genesis Technologies. So now, from now on, T&W marketing is no more. Long live Genesis Technologies.
So you've got some great stuff on the stand. Let's have a look around the stand and let's have a look at some of the things that you've got to show.
Ideal.
So Neil, maybe tell us a little bit about the screen that we're looking at here then.
Yep, this is a fabulous new screen, Phil. This screen is called the Epic screen from a company called DNB. Viewers to AV Forums videos will have seen a smaller version of this screen before, the DNB Supernova 1. This is the daddy though. People probably can see that this is actually a curved anamorphic screen. It's a 2.4 aspect ratio rather than 2.35 to obviously match the new Blu-ray releases. It also has side masking, and this particular screen actually closes completely, so when the screen's not in use you don't have the big expanse of the screen which you'll see on most of the other models here.
Now Neil, why would you go for a curved screen? Maybe you can explain that to the forum users.
Certainly. People will have seen the anamorphic lens systems that we use in these large installs. Now, one of the things that is an inevitable fact of using an anamorphic lens, regardless of the quality of it, is that you get a distortion called pin cushion. And what pin cushion does is it just creates a little bevel at the edge of the screen. Now, using a curved screen, what the curve actually does is it corrects the distance from the lens to the screen surface, and what that does is it just takes that pin cushion out there.
And another thing with the Supernova screen is the actual screen material. It's an obvious grey colour. What benefits does that have?
Well, the grey colour is a side effect of the fabric that they use. There's actually 7 layers of fabric in a Supernova screen, and what that does is it rejects ambient light. People, I'm sure, can see the image that's behind. What they probably can't see is that we're under full lights at this exact time. The screen itself is rejecting all of the light that's falling from off-axis, and that allows us to get this black level here. What the grey does is it just helps to enhance the contrast effectively. Now, one of the things, of course, that people often are concerned of with a grey screen, so let's say a Firehawk or something like that, is that the grey material can cause colour shifting. Now, a well-made grey screen will not cause any colour shifting, and certainly the Epic screen falls into that category. The screen's ISF certified, so we can be sure that its colour accuracy is absolutely perfect.
Now, you've got it mounted on a System 1 from Aerial Acoustics, but that screen can go in any location, can't it?
Of course, this screen can go anywhere. Viewers will have seen the System 1 and the high-end experience video that we did previously. It makes a very handy stage for our screens at shows like this, but of course a screen like this can be wall-mounted in the traditional fashion.
So Neil, something else a little bit special on your stand is the carpet. Maybe you can explain it.
Yep, certainly the finest carpet at CEDIA this year, Phil. This is a custom-made carpet from a company called Flanders Custom Carpets. The carpet itself, as the name would suggest, is made in Belgium by hand by some very skilled people. Each individual strand gets shot into the carpet by what looks like a giant sewing machine needle. So any design, any style, anything at all we can have made in this wonderful carpet, and it's proving extremely popular with the dealers.
So what kind of money are you talking about for someone to have that added to their room?
Phil, if you need to ask.
So Neil, here we are in front of another Supernova screen. This one's a little bit special, so maybe you want to show forum members why that's the case.
Absolutely, Phil. This is the Supernova Flex, which is the drop-down version of the screen that we were looking at a moment or two ago. As people can see, it's a beautiful made screen as it drops down, but the real magic is about to happen.
So I don't know if viewers can see this, but we can actually put a hand straight across there.
Yep.
So it's some magic levitating kind of screen then, Neil?
Absolutely. This is a floating screen. People don't see the complex magnet system we have in the wall here. No. Of course, what actually happens, viewers can perhaps just about see behind my hand here, there's a very, very, very fine thread that the screen drops down on, and what that does is it leaves this space here. Now really this is like having a plasma screen drop down on your wall that can slide away again when it's not in use. And like all of the other DMP screens, of course, this screen works perfectly under ambient light as well.
So what kind of tensioning system does this use to stop, you know, the ripple effect and so on?
There's a large weight along the bottom of the screen which clamps it, which is the first step in tensioning. The second system is underneath here. There's a tensioning mechanism that helps to keep the screen flat, and then coupled to that you have a very accurate motor drive system that controls the movement of the screen so that it doesn't roll too fast if there's creases or anything like that.
So why would somebody go for this type of screen with, like I say, nothing there?
Well, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, it just simply looks really cool.
Yeah.
There's nothing else like this for sure on the market. The second is actually a practical reason. The DMP screens are not acoustically transparent, and a problem that you would normally have with a drop-down screen like this is that you would end up with a centre speaker way down here below the screen, which of course, as we know, is not ideal. What this space actually allows you to do is keep the speaker a bit higher and fire it down through the space. We've done that in a couple of installs already, and it's a fantastic effect.
Well, Neil, it's always great to see you.
Excellent.
And for members, what we will be doing very soon is we'll be doing some tutorial stuff after CEDIA is out the way, and that's on setting up your system and setting up your screens properly and your projectors properly. So our thanks to Neil, and it's now Genesis Technologies and not T&W. So we'll move around and see what else there is at CEDIA this year.